Welcome to Anything But Cool. I'm Cameron.
I'm Tyler.
And this is Anything But Cool.
With a K.
We're Anything But Cool.
I'm not cool. He's not cool. Don't pretend.
Okay, we're Anything But Cool with the K, and the K is what makes us unique. Today we want to talk about what, Tyler?
Words.
Words.
Some words.
No, we want to do...
Some words you just can't listen to without, like, a nice, like, a gringe.
A gringe? Well, we have a name for these words. We have our rad words, which is just Tyler. Show him your card, Tyler. And then we have bad words. I'm the bad words. As you can tell, I look like a bad seed. I'm Cameron. And we're going to start the show off by talking about millennials. Because
we're millennials.
Because we're both millennials.
So are you, probably. But who knows?
Well, probably anybody watching our video. Well, let's not generalize our audience before we even have audience. All right, so according to UrbanDictionary.com, millennial is an identity given to a broadly and vaguely defined group of people. There are two wings of millennials that are often odds with each other. I wrote that, so sorry. Generation Y, people born between 1981 and 1991, and Generation Z, which is us, born between 1991 and 2001. People of Generation Y often have been characterized as similar to Generation X, blah, 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 Generation Z. Anyway, you get the point. The actual category millennials goes from 1981 to 2001, which are subgrouped into Y and Z, which is
the millennial generation.
But I get the millennial because, okay, when we talked about it before, I didn't know millennials. I didn't know what a millennia was.
Millennia is the turn of the century, or whatever. That's why it stops at 2000 or 2001. That's where the millennials, the generation before 2000.
Oh.
Get it?
Okay, well, I now get that a millennia is 1,000 years, right?
Sure.
Is it 1,000 years?
I think it's 1,000 years. Is it 1,000 years?
Let us know in the comments. I like that. Let us know in the comments. Thank you. All right. So, like, what? But what is it? Like, what is? What is?
What makes a word bad?
Wait, we're not. No, we're usually skipping ahead.
Oh.
What is it about? What? I don't get the whole. Millennial thing. I mean, I don't understand. So is this supposed to be saying that all millennials are like the same, or
it's more of like a generalization.
And what's before millennials?
Baby boomers.
Baby boomers?
I think so.
Damn, that's a lot of baby boomers. Oh, can I say damn on the show?
I guess. Why not?
Not a sponsor. All right, let's move on to Rad&Bad words. That millennial thing. It's too controversial for us. We're not smart enough. All right. Let's go. Let's start with pus.
Pus.
As a bad word, pus. Pus, according to the definition of pus, is a white yellowish liquid formed outside an infection. Rad word or bad word?
It doesn't like gross me out like the word, but like the definition. Like nobody wants to like see pus.
Nobody likes to see pus.
Unless you're one of those people that have like a thing for watching like pimple popping videos.
I don't. That makes me cringe. I don't get why people like that. I dated a girl. She liked watching those videos, and she wanted to pop everything I had. Probably shouldn't discuss that, but she did, and it was weird. All right, what's your rad word?
Petrichor.
Would you explain it? Because not everybody's gonna know.
So I don't think most people know about the word petrichor, but petrichor is the scent of rain hitting the asphalt. So like, let's say like the first rain of the season, or when people say like they can smell rain coming before it actually starts raining, is because you can kind of smell. It has like a specific scent when like fresh rain is hitting like warm asphalt. Petrichor.
So petrichor
and it sounds nice.
Petrichor is a scent.
You can't not sound sophisticated while saying petrichor.
You don't even have to use it correctly. You just say, the petrichor of my behalf was befondled by the joyous summer eve that only a brain could understand.
It sounds like somebody when they're like about to read a book.
It sounds like story time with someone fancy. Oh, I said one of our words. Let's skip to that one. Let's go to fancy since I already said it.
Oh, I forgot about that one. All right, so fancy. Everyone likes saying the word fancy. If you don't like saying the word fancy, then you're obviously not fancy.
You're obviously not fancy. I love the word fancy.
He says it all the time. All the time.
I say fancy pants, fancy dance, fancy. You could say anything, and you
fancy
could
food,
make it fancy food, fancy.
You can get fancy music. Toothpaste.
Fancy anything. You could
fancy nail clippers like bedazzled.
Oh, Loki, come here. Okay, now on to our bad words. Shout out to Allie if she ever watches this. Moist, which is
a lot of people like.
I hate the word.
I don't
moist.
understand why. It doesn't bother me. It's just a word. I use it to describe things all the time.
You know what's weird about the word moist? And everybody doesn't like it.
I think it's just funny because everyone doesn't like it.
Every time I hear the word moist, I think of Allie, which is weird because she's the only one I've ever really met. I met one other
like
person
a phenomena. Like
after her.
It's real. A lot of people probably just stop saying the word now.
Yeah, but get this. Moist is generally used to describe something pleasant like brownies. Like something delicious, like cake is moist, but everybody hates the word moist. Like, no, I don't want a moist cake.
Everyone wants a moist cake.
Exactly. It is a very descriptive word that we need to
use.
use.
Who likes burnt brownies? I don't like burnt brownies. You like burnt brownies?
No, not like burnt. I like them a little bit
I like them moist.
Well, I like them moist on the inside, but I don't want them burnt, but like just a little crust.
I actually kind of like it where like the middle like isn't cooked all the way, so it's still like just fudge, and then like brownie is like cooked on the outside, but there's still like that like little bit in the middle that's not cooked all the way.
Oh, you're making me hungry. Okay. Feel free to send me food, but
Don't send you food.
I would eat it.
Who does that?
I would eat it. All right. I would. I'm starving. Starving millennial. Well, not starving.
There's a lot of starving.
I mean, there's that. We shouldn't trivialize starvation, but I'm definitely hungry sometimes. All right, let's move on to the next.
Glisten.
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 What does glisten mean?
Glisten? Who doesn't know what glisten
I put
is?
definition.
Oh, to shine or glitter. One can be of glitter substance, i.e. glisten.
Glisten. To
glisten.
Shine.
To shine. Bright like a diamond.
Is that a song lyric?
Yeah.
It sounds like a song.
It is a song.
I like the word glisten because it reminds me of. You remember in school when you like in grade school or middle school, we had to get up really early, and then you walk through the grass, and it'd be like the whole grass field would be glistening with water.
There's also a word
dew.
for that too. Dew.
Oh, dew.
Yeah, we've had this conversation.
Dew. I don't know. Dew makes me think of like doo-doo.
Two different worlds we come from.
All right. Gargle. To rinse or wash one's mouth. Gargle. I feel like you can make a Nickelodeon character named
Gargle.
Gargle. Gargle. Like they do, like they.
Simon and Gargle.
We could do that. We can construct an entire cartoon based off of like dental hygiene.
I'm sure there is one.
And one of them would be Gargle. One of them would be brush. The other would be paste.
Flossa.
We can make millions, man.
Okay.
We could become rich.
We could do that.
All right. What is your next
Ineffable. Too great. When something is too great to be expressed into words.
Ineffable. I love that word.
I like saying it.
I searched miles for that word.
I would not know how to spell this unless it was written.
If it wasn't for that word, I couldn't express the fact that I couldn't express something.
How do you express that you can't express something without the word
Effable.
that means to express something?
Is
there like an alternative, like effable? Can something be effable? Or is it only ineffable?
We probably shouldn't talk about that on the show.
Effable?
I'm sure there are things that are effable, Tyler, but we shouldn't talk about that.
Jeez.
All right. How about loogie? Loogie. Everybody knows what loogie is.
Just like
it's actually slang.
Loogie?
It's actually a slang word. It's
Does it even exist?
It's a large wad of spit or.
No, right. I know what a loogie is.
Yeah. Well, it's disgusting. Like, everything about the word loogie is disgusting. The act of doing it is disgusting. I mean, I like the double O's, but that's it. I like double O words like pour or look or book.
Took.
I like double O words because it's like in the middle of the word, it's like, ooh. It's saying, yeah, but like when you look at it, it's like eyes are staring at you, so you feel more connected to the word, so.
Interesting. That makes sense. Alright, so this one is probably one of my favorites that's on here. Not that there's a whole lot of things on here, but nefarious.
I'm all looking at
wicked, villainous, despicable, nefarious.
Oh my god, I fell in love with that word when I found it. I should have put it last.
What's that from? Dr. Nefarious? Is that from Ratchet and Clank?
Dr. Nefarious, Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, he was a cool fucking dude.
I don't think we're allowed to talk about that.
Dr. Nefarious?
Dr. Nefarious. Next one, which is my least favorite word in the human slang dictionary. The slanginary.
Is it slang?
It's slang.
No, I
mean, it's an acronym for 4 different words. YOLO.
Why is that?
Oh my gosh!
Please explain.
I hate the word YOLO. I don't know what it is. I think it's because the first time I heard it, I got made fun of because I thought everybody was saying yellow, and I was like yellow in front of everybody, and I got a big laugh, but like in a bad way. I got laughed at. I did not. I didn't. Nobody laughed. Like I got laughed at. But also, you only live once is like the most typical cliche thing you can say.
Like if you think about it. You only live once.
Yes, I already knew that though. Like, I get what it expresses. You know the thing about that I don't really. All right, your next word.
Idiot.
Idiot, which actually derives from Latin. It's just a moment of silence. Okay, Hurley, we're doing a show here. Thanks, buddy. Being a little bit of an interrupter. Actually, the word idiot derives from the Latin word, like it's to lack community. So an idiot was a word they used in, I can't remember if it's Greek or Latin. I think it's Greek. In Greek language, they used the word idiot to express someone who was not part of the community, like someone who didn't vote, someone who didn't contribute, like anything to that society was an idiot. It was a person who lacked community.
I did not know that. At first I was like, idiot, that's not necessarily a bad word. But now that you think about like where it came from.
Yeah, where it came, I mean.
This isn't what the word means necessarily. No. Okay. But like
it's what it did mean.
What it did mean? That's very interesting. Like, you know what it means now.
Well, they probably said it like really weird, like, idiom samoni.
That's probably not how they said that.
Well, I don't know how they spell, which I should. You can look it up on Google and hear it. But what is the actual definition in the English language?
A stupid person.
A stupid person? So bunghole. Bunghole is not what you think it is. It's actually it's not a
hole in a bum.
Yeah, it is.
It's not a bum hole.
It's not where.
A bung.
It's not an excrement thing. It's actually a breathing hole in a barrel.
Mm-hmm.
For like wine and whiskey and so on and so forth. They need
or like paint even too.
Yeah, they need the bunghole to air everything out of the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously get it out of the barrel, because they can't just crack it open.
No, when they get the whatever substance is in the barrel out of the barrel, that's what they open.
Use the bunghole to get.
No, they don't. The bunghole isn't. Oh, I guess it could be like a spout.
Yeah, they use the bunghole to drink.
What is that thing called that people like stick into trees or whatever and like get water out or like sap out?
Oh, it's a tree tap, I think. It's a tap. It's a type of tap. It's like a tree tap.
There's a word for it.
I forget.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they used it in the Hunger Games. But
yeah, well, it's not base reality off of.
But it's like a real word. Is it a spigot?
A spigot.
Is it a spigot?
I think so. I'm not sure. Well, let's move on. Let's move on. Next word.
Hyperbaton.
Hyperbaton. Why don't you read my huge definition I gave for that?
The inversion of the normal order of words, especially for the sake of emphasis, as in this sentence, this I must see.
Like Yoda.
Like Yoda.
I pretty much picked that because of Yoda. Hyperbaton. It's like
Yoda was the king of Hyperbaton.
With the force. Damn it, I can't do my voice. I'm just gonna read that one.
See this.
This I must see.
See this I must.
See this I must. So it's when you rearrange the words to sound like Yoda. It's pretty much a word made for Yoda.
The definition of why Yoda talks the way he does is Hyperbaton.
Star
Wars solved.
Hyperbaton. The language he speaks is Hyperbaton.
Now anyone can write the Star Wars script.
Let's move on to the next word. White and everything's out too.
What's the next word?
Slurp. To loudly eat soup.
It doesn't have to be soup. You can slurp anything. You can slurp water. Yeah. Yeah, you can slurp anything.
I actually just put that in my own definition.
Sure.
I think it just means to sip something, to sip
to be annoying
while you're eating. Like you could sip a brownie if you want to. Like I could sip this.
You can
Slurp.
You can slurp
I
a brownie
slurp
like through a straw.
See? I just slurped. No, I can slurp air.
It has to be like through a straw. Or like, no, I guess it doesn't. I feel like it still has to be some form of liquid.
What's that?
I feel like it still has to be some form of liquid.
Alright, okay. I'll agree with that. Alright. So how do we want to end this? Well,